In this video, I'm going to be talking about a way to be making MT right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam when it comes to investing in cards on Tuesdays and then selling them back for profit later in the week on a Sunday or a Monday. And this is honestly one of the best ways to make MT right now in this game that not a lot of people are talking about. And I know some people even last week were a little bit mad for me making these videos, but I'm just trying to help you guys out when it comes to making MT on this game. And I understand that me talking about these cards might not allow them to make as much MT as possible, but I still feel like with the cards I'm talking about, you're able to make quite a bit of MT. So how this is going to work and how you guys can make MT right now in this game is obviously on Tuesdays, we do get these downtown super packs. And with these downtown super packs, they have crazy odds to pull pink diamonds, which is at 100% chance. You're guaranteed to pull a pink diamond in every single pack. And then you also have a 30% chance to pull a Galaxy Opal as well. So what this causes is pink diamond cards to go down in price. But what happens later in the week is on a Sunday and a Monday, the market will actually go back up for some of these higher tier pink diamonds and Galaxy Opals. And we'll talk about that here in a second, what cards are good to pick up. So if we use Victor Wembanyama as an example, because I know this is a card that a lot of people have been using to make a lot of MT over the last couple weeks and even in the previous season as well. So what you can do is right now go on the auction house and see how much Victor Wembanyama is going for, because I know he was going for 85,000 MT last night is how much you'd be able to sell him for. I did see one up earlier for 55k. Oh my god, that's a snipe. That's a snipe. 100%, that is a snipe. 36k for pink diamond Wemby I could sell right now for a snipe. We just got a snipe on the no money spent. I'm not kidding, because the lowest price he's right now is probably at like 60k. Hold on, what? He's got, okay, he was at 55k earlier when I was recording my market talk video. He's down to 65k, but I'm telling you, you can probably find this card for about 50 to 55k if you're looking today on Tuesday. And what you do is you would buy this card for 55, let's say 55,000, and you're able to sell him back for 85k, right? So for each Victor Wembanyama you buy at 55,000 MT, let's say you buy, we'll say you buy 5, right? So you buy 5 Wembys for 55k, that's going to cost you 275,000 MT. So you invest 275k into pink diamond Wemby. Again, I know he's 65k right now. I saw a couple up earlier today for 55k. I'm sure you can find them for about 55,000, maybe even cheaper, and maybe get a snipe like I did for 36k. But let's say you spend 55,000 per, you buy 5 Wembys that, you know, cost you 275k to buy. Now with 275k, we are going to say, let's say he sells for 85k, because that's how much he was going for yesterday. When I did check the market, he was about 88,000 MT. So we'll say 85,000 times 5 is going to be 425k. But we do have to take off for each Wemby, 10% of 85,000 is 8,500. So you take 85k minus 8,500. That means profit. Hold on, that's not the right math. 85,000. I think I said that wrong. 85,000. I did it wrong on the calc. I'm using a calculator, by the way, because you guys know I couldn't do this math by myself. So profit wise, you're going to make 76k 500 MT, like 76,500 MT per Wemby, just based on like that. Sorry, that's how much he's going to sell for. So then you take that and you minus it by 55k. So each Wemby is going to profit you 21,000 MT. Is pretty much what I'm trying to explain. You times that by 5, you're going to make 107,000 MT when it comes to profit, right? That's how much MT you can make. If you were to buy 5 Wembys for 55k, you're able to sell him for 85k. You take off the tax. After tax, you're profiting 107,000 MT. If you're able to find 5 Wembys for 55k, sell them on Monday or Sunday when he goes for 85k. That's how you're able to make MT with Wemby specifically. Now there's other cards that are really good for this as well at a cheaper price. So for example, we can talk about this Galaxy Opal Roy Hibbert, who yesterday again was at 50,000 MT. Right now he's about 25-30k. Let's say you can even only find him for 30,000 MT. Again, let's say we're investing about the same amount of MT. Let's say we're buying 10 Roy Hibberts here for 30k, right? We're going to buy 10 Roy Hibberts. We're going to times that by 30,000. That's going to cost us 300,000 MT to invest in Roy Hibberts. Now, let's say we can sell him even for 45k. Actually, we'll say 50k. I mean, that's how much he was going for yesterday on Xbox. He was 50,000. So again, we've invested 300,000 MT into Roy Hibberts. And let's say again, before tax, we're able to sell 10 of these Roy Hibberts for 50k. So we do 10 times 50,000. That's going to be 500k. Very easy math, right? So we made 200,000 MT before tax. Now, if we're counting in tax again on 50k, 10% of that is going to be 5,000, right? 5,000 MT is 10% of 50k, right? Yes, I believe that's right. So 45,000 MT is going to be your profit, right? So you spent 30k, you're profiting 15,000 MT per Roy Hibbert. So again, we take 10, we times that by 15 because we're profiting 15,000 MT for every Roy Hibbert we buy. That's 150k you can make just on buying Roy Hibbert. So again, if you can buy this card for 30k, and let's say you're able to buy 10 of them and you sell them for 50k on Sunday or Monday when the market goes back up, that's 150k profit right there. This is a way to make MT. Now again, I know these cards I'm talking about specifically in this video, they might change in price. They might fluctuate. Maybe they won't go back up as high, or maybe they won't go down as low as I'm talking about. But right now, I mean, they're 30k as I'm recording this video. Yes, you're only able to buy 2, maybe 3, I guess, if you count this one for 31k. But I mean, if we look at other cards, right? Like we talked about Pink Diamond Wemby. Bogut was a really good one last week. I don't know if Bogut's gone down as much in price. He was down to like 45, 50k last week. It doesn't seem like Bogut's gone down very much. Like he's down to about 65k, 63,000. If you're able to buy him for 65k, he might only go back up to like 75, 80 at the most. So I don't know if Andrew Bogut's the best card to do, but I do think Andrew Bogut's a solid investment. I kind of like Roy Hibbert and Wemby the most right now. But again, I understand that with this market talk and with this with this video, maybe these cards aren't going to go back up as high, or maybe they won't be as low. Tyler Hansbrough, he's kind of stayed around the same price, and I don't think he's really that great of an investment anymore. I think some of the Flash Galaxy Opals could be good investments. Like I know Bilal Coulibaly, he was above like 25k, you know, yesterday when I checked. So I think Bilal Coulibaly for like 10,000 MT, this is a good investment as well. I think if you can get a Bilal Coulibaly for under 10k, you know, 8,000 right here, 9,000, 11k. I think investing in Bilal Coulibaly around 10,000 MT. I mean, he was 25k yesterday when I checked the market. So I think he's a really good investment. Miles Turner might have been a good investment, but not anymore, just because he did get that free 100 overall card. So I'm sure he's going to go down quite a bit in price. Yeah, he's down to 23k right there. I'm sure he'll drop below 20,000 very, very easily, but I don't see him recovering back up in price because he has that free 100 overall card. So this is a method for you guys to maybe look on the auction house, and I'm trying to give you guys some tips, but I can't tell you guys every single card. But you know, Hassan Whiteside, I know he goes up quite a bit in price, so maybe look into him and see how much he's going for. 20k, not a bad investment. I could see this card going back up to like 40k for sure. I think again, some of these Flash Galaxy Opals could be decent cards to look at. Maybe JaVale McGee if you're able to find him for under 10k. But I do like Bilal Coulibaly. I will say Bilal Coulibaly I think could be a good investment. This Trevor Booker card's always pretty cheap, but I mean 7,000 MT doesn't seem like a bad investment. But to me, guys, this is a really good way to buy cheap and then sell high with these downtown super packs. So I wanted to talk about kind of how the method works, give you guys a couple cards that this could work with. I know a lot of people are saying in the comments, this is how this stuff works, and you know, people are saying what cards to buy. Again, it might not work just because of the fact that I'm making this video, but it still should, in my opinion. I know Yao people talked about as well as a really good investment to buy. I only think about Yao is I don't know how usable he is in this game anymore, but I've heard people saying, I heard people talking about Galaxy Opal Yao is a really good buy. I heard people even talking about Galaxy Opal T-Mac is another really good investment. So just trying to give you guys some cards to potentially look at yourself to look to invest in, and this is a great way to make MT. I don't know if T-Mac's the best in my personal opinion, but the cards I talked about I think are all pretty good investments. And yeah, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what cards you guys are planning on investing in, and I think this is a great way to be making MT with the downtown super packs. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.